See, this man is going to take your picture, maybe, is he? What do you think? Are you going to smile? You have to smile.
Are you the same age?
What age are you, Emily? 4? 5. What age are you?
5. These are cousins. These are first cousins, I guess.
They're first cousins, yeah.
All right. Cool.
Kenny won. Well, it made me think about actually who I went with. I went with Father Eddie. And I was 12 years old at the time, and it was Eddie and myself, and Eddie was a priest, as everyone knows, and he said, come on, he said, it's the All Ireland, we're going to go, I have to take you, all right? So we drive in to Croke Park and whatnot, and this is 1983, and there's a turnstile there, and Eddie, being the priest, we get out of the car, he's putting on the collar, okay? Immediately, all right, puts on the collar. And he goes in, and he talks to the guy at the turnstile, and this is the national championship. And he ends up talking to because he had no ticket. He had no ticket for himself, he didn't have a ticket for me, he didn't have any ticket at all, right? But he ended up talking the guy into letting us go through. He could go through the turnstile, I had to go under the turnstile, all right, to get in, so it didn't count in the attendance, all right? And whatnot, and we ended up going to the All Ireland hurling and watched the Kenny v. Waterford that year, I think it was 63, Michael, right? You reminded me of it.
I know what the score now. You know what the score is.
I don't know the score. I don't remember.
You thought Waterford won because Waterford scored more goals than Kildare.
That's right, but when we were in Wiz Dickey.
He is, yeah, he's behind you there, he's hiding. He's on the other side.
He packs us into his van, and we go down to Templetown, all right, and we go to see the old homestead, and who's there but Tig is there, and I'm talking to Tig, and I said, last time I remember coming out, and in the courtyard, there was a giant, the pump, okay? There was the first time I was there, I was 4 years old, and I had never seen an outdoor pump like that, okay? And I remember that, and you'd have to pull it down to get a bucket of water out and whatnot. So we went out there, and he showed me this thing is still there. It's just got a cover on it, right? Is that right?
Yeah.
All right, but it's still there.
Oh, yeah, the line is still there.
Unbelievable stuff. Unbelievable. But there's stories like that all of us have about our relatives and our friends, and I mean, it's really pretty remarkable. It really is. And he was here, and we pulled in, and it's one of those tight roads, and one of the tight lanes, and I'm going like this, and not even thinking. He goes out that way. I open the door. Wham! Somebody took the door right out there. I didn't even look. I just opened the door, and the thing went bang!
Michael might remember a time when he was down in Templetown with his mother. They were over, he was very young at the time, and his uncle Peter was there. Now Peter was the man, as everybody knows, who was always game for causing a little bit of trouble. So he was. And one of the things that we had, which was very unusual, but it was because the visitors were there, we had jelly, and we had cream, and that kind of thing. And it wasn't seen very often, I can assure you. But however, Peter was eating his jelly, and Michael had a bowl of jelly in front of him at the table. Now there's a little ante-room off the kitchen, and Michael's mother was in the ante-room. And Peter said to him, Michael said, I have no spoon, or I can't eat this jelly. And Peter said to him, put your hand in, pick it up, and suck it out. So Michael proceeded exactly as he was told. And I can still hear the scream from the inner room saying, Michael! I don't know what happened to the jelly after that. I know Peter got blown out of it. And I think Michael got a telling off as well. Anyway, that was one of the things. Peter was always up to do with it like that.
No, he's like that all the time. Exactly, haven't changed.
Well, another one with Father Eddie. He was a great man for going up to the matches, like Michael said. But I remember one time now, I don't think this involved Michael, but he was going up to some match someplace, and he had a companion in the car with him. a man by the name of Doyle, Mitchell Doyle, and he was a bit late leaving Wexford or leaving wherever he was to get to the house. And he was in his Volkswagen, so he put his foot to the floor, shall we say, with the car, flying. And at the time, speed limits in the urban areas and the smaller towns had been introduced. And he was flying through the smaller towns, full belt, as fast as the O could go. Now, how fast it went, I don't know, but his companion tipped him on the shoulder and said, "Father, there's a speed limit." He said, "This is Sunday, there's no such thing as speed limit." And he kept going.
But flight we cooked for you. 104, the first ever jumbo jet to land in Farranford in Kerry, arrives on the tarmac cabin. Everybody gets off. Gone. 2 minutes later, this big guy comes down with a Stetson hat on him, looks up and down the tarmac cabin, sees this big long table with a white tablecloth on it, and a whole lot of bones on it, and skins and all sorts of stuff. And there's a guy standing there with a flat cap, pipe, and cutaway wellies standing beside this. So the American guy comes down to him and he says, "What are you doing here, sir?" The Kerry fella says, "I live here." "Well, what are you doing right now?" He says, "I'm talking to you." "What's all this stuff on the table?" he says. Kerry fella says, "Selling skulls." "You're selling skulls?" "No, you fool, I'm selling skulls. Bones with no skin on them." So he said to them, the Yank says to him, he says, "Whose skulls have you got here?" So he says, "I have the skull of Brian Burgh. I have the skull of Cuchulainn. I have the skull of Andy Kenny. I have the skull of St. Patrick." "St. Patrick," says the American. And see, this fellow was a ventriloquist as well, the Kerry fellow. The skull says, "St. Patrick here." So the American says to him, "By the way," he says, "would you be selling this skull?" And he says, "I would." He says, "Well, make me an offer." And the American's $25. $25. So the Kerry fellow says, "I'll come again." So the American says, $20, done. So the American says to him, "How much is that in your money?" He says, "About €650. So he pays the guy. The guy gives him a Dunnes Stores brown bag, puts the skull in the brown bag, and off he goes. So he spends his 2 weeks in Ireland anyway. Goes back to America. He owns a big bar cum restaurant in the States, right? So he says, "I'm going to make some money out of this." So he puts this cabinet in behind the glass thing with a cover on it. So you had to put $1 into this thing for the thing to go back so you could see the skull of St. Patrick. So after 5 years, he's after making $5 million. So he decides to come back to Ireland again. Flight EI 104, lands in Farranford, blast off the plane. Who's there? Only your man. "How you doing today, sir?" "Good." "What are you doing?" "I'm living here." "What are you doing?" "I'm selling skulls." "And whose skulls would you be selling?" he says. "I'm selling the skull of Brian Burgh. I'm selling the skull of St. Patrick." "Excuse me now," he says, "sir. I was here 5 years ago and I bought the skull of St. Patrick." Kerry fella thinks real quick and he says, "But that's his skull when he was a boy."
Loud.